Hello viewers, welcome now taking you through the story of O-level mathematics of senior 2, and this video will be on higher purchase and is under business mathematics and is suitable for students in senior 2, senior 3 and senior 4. So this hire purchase is the buying and selling of an item in installments. So the keyword here is installments. A deposit is, in this case, a deposit is made and the balance is paid in equal installments for a given period of time. The total amount paid on hire purchase is on hire purchase terms is given by this. So A equal to D plus small n capital I. So what does A, D, and I mean? So A is the total amount paid on hire purchase terms and is known as the hire purchase price. So we shall be using this word commonly. So hire purchase price, this is what it means. So amount paid, total amount paid on hire purchase terms. What about capital D? Capital D is the initial deposit made and N is the number of installments to be made. And I is the amount paid per installment. So note that I is the amount paid per installment, A is the total amount paid on hire purchase terms, D is the initial deposit, and N is the number of installments made. So when I multiply N by I, I'll come up with the total amount paid in installments. So with that formula, we shall go through these examples. So example 1 came from UNEB 2016 paper 2 question 15b, and it says a generator is being sold in cash or on hire purchase. Its cash value is shillings 894,000, while on hire purchase a deposit of 50% of the cash is made and followed by equal installments of shillings 65,000 for 8 months. Calculate the money saved when one buys the generator in cash rather than on hire purchase. So first of all, they told us that for hire purchase you first make a deposit of 50%, and after that you make equal installments of 65,000 shillings for 8 months. What does that mean? It means that 50% of the amount is this part, then this one is this, and this is that. So our 8 is the N and 65,000 is the I, and this one is the D to give you A. So when I simplify, the whole of this will give me 447,000 and the whole of this will give me 520,000. When I add the two, I'll come up with 967,000 shillings. So the question says that calculate the money sold when one buys the generator in cash rather than on hire purchase. So for hire purchase you'll pay this, but for cash you'll pay this 894,000. So how much money will be saved? So money saved will be equal to hire purchase price minus cash price. When I subtract the two, I'll come up with 73,000 shillings as the money saved. So basically that's what they wanted. Now let's see how much can be awarded. So this M1 is for the deposit made, initial deposit, and M1 for the installments. Then B1 for simplifying and A1 for output. M1 for subtraction and A1 for output. So now we shall go to example 2, which came from UNEB 2013 paper 2 question 13b, and it says the cash price of a radio is shillings 720,000. It can be bought on hire purchase terms by making a deposit of 30% of the cash price and then paying 8 monthly installments of shillings 85,000 each. Roman 1, find the costs of the radio on hire purchase terms. Then Roman 2, how much more does one pay on hire purchase rather than cash terms? So we shall start with Roman 1. So Roman 1, we shall say that hire purchase price will be equal to 30% of the cash price plus 8 monthly installments of shillings 85,000. So in this case, the whole of this is our D, initial deposit, and this is our I, amount paid for each installment, and A, this is our N, number of installments. So when I simplify, this will give me this, and this will give me that. When I simplify further, I'll come up with shillings 896,000. So that was the cost of the radio on hire purchase terms, and that was Roman 1. Now shall go to Roman 2. Roman 2, they want how much more does one pay on hire purchase rather than cash terms. So the difference in payments will be hire purchase price minus cash price, so when I subtract the two, I'll come up with shillings 176,000. So this is the amount one pays on hire purchase rather than cash terms. So that's what they wanted. Now let's see how much can be awarded. So we have addition, deposit, and installment. So M1 for this part of initial deposit, another M1 for this part, and this M1 is for adding the two. Then B1 is for the output of both initial deposit and monthly installments. Then A1 is for the final answer which they want. Then here for this part, M1 is for subtraction and A1 for the output. So now we shall go to example 3, which came from UNEB 2008 paper 1 question 12A, and it says Adikin bought a television set for which the cash price was shillings 599,000. She bought the television set on a hire purchase scheme and had to pay an extra of shillings 71,000. If she made 8 equal monthly installments, how much did she pay per month? So you know that hire purchase, it will be equal to this initial, the cash value plus this, because they told us that she paid an extra of this. So this is the cash price and this is the extra amount. So hire purchase price will be the sum of the two to give you shillings 670,000. Therefore, amount paid per installment is equal to hire purchase price over the number of installments to come up with this, shillings 83,750. So basically, that's what they wanted. Now let's see how much can be awarded. So M1 will be for adding the two and A1 for the output, M1 for dividing, and A1 for output. So now shall go to example 4. Example 4 came from UNEB 1992 paper 1 question 3, and it says a man borrowed shillings 200,000 from a bank at a simple interest rate of 2.5% per annum. He paid back the money in 24 equal monthly installments over a period of 2 years. How much money did he pay every month? So simple interest, first of all, is equal to PR over 100 times T. So when I substitute, so the principal is 200. This principal is 200 and it's got from here. R is 2.5, which was got from here. And T is 2, and it was got from this 2 years, number of years, which is here. So when I substitute and simplify, I come up with simple interest as 10,000 shillings. Therefore, total amount paid is equal to principal plus simple interest, which will be equal to 210,000 shillings. So amount paid per installment is equal to total amount paid over number of installments. So total amount paid is 210,000 shillings and number of installments is 24. When I divide, I'll come up with shillings 8,750 shillings. So basically that's what they wanted. Now let's see how much can be awarded. So M1 for simple interest, M1 for total amount, M1 for dividing, and A1 for amount per installment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave you with a set of questions still on hire purchase for you to try out and check your progress. So that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and be reminded the next video will be So that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and be reminded that the next video will contain the solutions for the assignment left. So if you have not yet subscribed, please click on the subscribe button below this video so that you can receive updates when the next video with the solutions has been uploaded. And also, if you know of any student who's not yet on this platform, please share the link of this video with them via social media platforms like Facebook and WhatsApp, that we can all benefit as a family.